But yesterday I was supposed to do this video because I watched the video. You know, men have these different perspectives about females and how we are, and they be wrong. A lot of them be wrong. They put us all in a lump. They lump us all together. And my man bashing days, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't man bash when I was angry and hurt by some things that was going on in my I hope this is working because it's orange. I hope it's working, Jesus, because I don't want to waste all my talking. Sorry, I'm still having bugs and kinks, even though I don't be getting no views yet. Uh, it's orange, and I don't know why it's orange. And when it's orange, it's a problem. But anyway, in my man bashing days, I used to lump all of them into categories, but then I started being, meeting, running into different type of guys, different breeds of dudes, guys, men. Um, I met one. I was by me having sons, you tend to interact a lot more with the male species because you have sons, and if you're a nice looking female, you normally see men that's married that still be flirting, giving you flirty eyes and all that stuff, and you dudes be with their women be giving you the flirty eyes and all that stuff. So you tend to be like, even when they with their women, they don't have the respect enough to not flirt with you. While they with their women, and it used to bother me because the women used to get mad at me instead of being mad at their men. Um, and I met a one man. He had on his wedding ring. He never looked my way. He didn't even give me one piece of attention. Matter of fact, he made sure his eyes never met mine, and it kind of intrigued me a little bit because he was married and he didn't even pay me no attention. But then uh, the that part of a woman that so used to getting so much attention, and then this one guy wasn't giving you attention. I almost was intrigued enough to try to flirt, but I didn't because I respect the sanctity of marriage, as well as it taught me something about myself, as well as it taught me a lot about men. Like, there are some men out there that are faithful to their women. Okay, that ain't my topic today. I watched this video, and the guy talking about, I hate when I watch videos and guys talk about women and put us in one category. Okay, he said if a female I wrote some stuff down. If a female say something like, you decide to wear your jewelry today on the first date, when you show up to a date and you got on too much jewelry, trying to not finesse, trying to showboat or showcase your jewelry, she's being sarcastic. She's not testing you, as he said. She's being sarcastic because you doing too much. You didn't have to wear all that jewelry to try to showcase what your pockets could look like, your cornage, what could be in your pockets. She ain't into all of that. That's pretty much what she was about. You didn't have to do all that, bro. You could have just came, presented you, not presented your jewelry. That's what she's being sarcastic. She not looking for pockets. You can find pockets in any man. You could date any guy that got money and just digging in his pockets and play with his money if you want to, as a female, if that's what type of woman you is. But when you are really genuinely looking for a dude, that ain't what you own. You want to see him. I don't know. He thought she was testing him, and she wasn't. Testing him is totally different. I calling a female the B word. He think if a female testing you, because we do, that if you call her female, you can't handle her. No, that shows that you're weak. So that is kind of testing you. That's kind of testing you, trying to see how you can. Yeah, it is. It's really to see how can you handle her. But it's all in how she does it, what she does to you. If she do something to you to the point where you call her out of your name, it depends on why you called her out of her name. If she did some foul stuff, she probably deserved it. But if she really did not do nothing foul and you called her out of her name, yeah, you just show her who you were, and she was testing you. because you have to test dudes in relationships because you need to see how he gonna talk to you. I know in the beginning stages of a relationship, it's just supposed to be casual conversation and stuff like that. But months into the relationship, you gotta see you gotta see his anger. You gotta see when he get mad, how he gonna talk to you. When he gets that's funny. When he gets really angry with you, how will he talk to you? Will he be disrespectful to you? Will he talk to you in a manner where you can resolve some issues, or will he talk to you in a way that make you want to go upside his head with a vase? So you do need to see his anger level at some point, and you know if he call you out of your name, it's disrespectful. Depending on what she did, she will lose some respect for you. You might get one. It depends on how mad she made you. It's disrespectful, and it can show insecurity if a man call you out of your name, depending on what it is or how mad he get. If he get mad really quick for something really really small, yeah, she's testing you. But it's not because of handling you. It's because it's not. She's not trying to. She is trying to see how you gonna handle her. Not can you handle her. How will you handle her when you angry? A woman feels better when you beat her up, not emotionally or physically. Do a healthy, emotionally healthy woman. She don't want you to beat her up mentally or physically. If a woman wants you or provokes you to beat her up mentally or physically, she is not emotionally healthy. She needs you to treat her that way, either from a previous relationship or past childhood. That shows that you care about her if you beat her up emotionally. Some women don't want that. Some women want the relationship to flow and y'all get along like best of friends. You know, in relationships, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have arguments and spats and disagreements because you are ultimately not the same person. And when you are trying to come into a relationship or in a relationship, you taking your personality and that person's personality and you putting it together, and then each other have to adjust to each other like a Rubik's Cube. You have to adjust to each other's personalities and they say compromise but change a little bit to suit this person if you love them well enough. So if a woman needs for you to beat her up physically and she purposely provoke you, she has issues. If she knows that certain things she do can provoke you to put your hands on her, and she continues to do it and then do things to make sure it, like if you're trying to hold back, not trying to touch her, and she does things to intensify to make sure you touch her, she has issues and she's turning you into a woman beater emotionally or physically. And I can't tell nobody how to deal in their relationship, but she is not emotionally healthy and she's not healthy at all. That is not factual. I don't know why men think that a woman needs to be beat up. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes when you get in an argument, when your man talk to you a certain way, it's a turn on when you're in the middle of an argument. I'm not gonna say those, triggers, but some of it is a turn on, and then but she didn't provoke that. It's just a woman do want her man to handle her in a certain way because a woman's supposed to be submissive to a man. The man's supposed to be submissive in it's supposed to be submission in a relationship, but it's submission in different ways versus a man and a woman. Okay, and a woman who likes to be dominated appreciate how that's another whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic because you can get being dominated mixed up with being beat up and abused because they're still being dominated. But it's just different because you supposed to, a man's supposed to be the head of the household type of stuff, and women want that. Some of them. You got some women that don't, but you got some women that does. Okay, let me get that together. And I wanted to talk about competition. um, competing for a man's attention. When I was younger, I dated this guy. You know, I was young. I was young. I was like 13. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was 13, and me and my friend was kind of interested in the same guy. And I competed for him. Um, I was young. I didn't have the proper guidance. And I didn't, you know, when you little and it's toys on the floor. And all kids come in the room, and me and a kid might see the same toy, and we fight over the toy because I wanted to play with it first. We saw it at the same time, but I wanted to play with it too, and you grab it, so now we fighting over it. So I learned in my youth, because me and a friend was interested in the same guy, and we was competing over this guy. We was friends, and we ended up competing over this guy. In my youth, like young, and he was it was in his best interest that we kind of got into it over him, so he can have his cake and eat it too. Like he could mess with both of us. And then I got into a fight with a girl, and I didn't even know I was fighting over. I didn't even know why the girl didn't like me, because I didn't even know he was messing with her. And me and her ended up getting into a fight. And then I found out later that he made a statement that I was fighting over him. No, I was fighting over the fact that she was disrespecting me. So in my youth, when I was 13 years old, I found out you don't compete over no dude, because he'll mess with her and you. You don't physically fight over no dude, because he's still gonna go sleep with her and come sleep with you. Truth. That is a true fact. I learned that in my teenage years. I felt like such a fool. I called myself getting revenge on him. He ended up calling me a HOE because I tried to do him the same way he did me. It just taught me, I learned from my experiences. So I don't compete over no dude. And the reason why I say it's beneath me, because it's beneath me because he is going to choose whatever he wants to choose. That is his body, his mind, his everything, and it's up to him to be respectable. But see, a man will do what you let him do. So let's say if he can have her and you, he gonna do it. Period. So why you competing over him when you competing over him, making her look stupid or trying to do this, do that, and he's screwing both of you? And that's facts. That's from my learning as I grow, as I got older and older and older. I learned these things. I ain't never compete over no guy from that moment on, from 13 on to now. I have never competed for no guy, because you ain't finna have me bickering with this broad. Only way I'm gonna bicker with a broad, the broad coming at me bogus. I'm not finna come at you over him. If I have a problem with my dude for doing something he doing, I'm checking him. I ain't checking the broad. She don't owe me nothing. Unless it's somebody really close to me, and I'll check her. And it's still dependent. I'm showing you a little bit of me and of a lot of me, and I normally hide me from people because I don't like people to see me. Because I like people to underestimate who I am. But personally, females out here, don't be competing for no nigga. Period. Because he will screw you and her.